Welcome to another Do Not Disturb dog walk. Yeah, if this is your first time watching, especially welcome to you. If you're wondering what this recording is all about, this is pretty much it. I wear the camera and I take the famous Quigley Woggles for a walk, for an adventure. Yep, and I've got a couple of guidelines / housekeeping, slogan, rules, whatever I call them, that I reiterate every single episode to explain to, especially the first time viewers. Some things that I'm trying to make a meme within this channel. The slogans, which are kind of like our mission statement for the Do Not Disturb dog walks. The first slogan is never mind the 6 o'clock news. On these recordings I tend to narrate our lives, tell you what we're doing, how we're feeling, what we're seeing, etc, etc. Have a laugh at the dog's quirky antics and whatever else. You know, sometimes we bump into people and have conversations and stuff, so I talk too much. Generally find myself talking too much. Let's go have a look at the fairy garden. And I made it a very simple rule and slogan, never mind the 6 o'clock news, which is a reference to making these recordings for us and yourselves and keeping it real. And I basically don't come onto these recordings to bitch and complain about the world and talk about dumb stuff, so that it's a nice, peaceful, carefree, non-controversial headspace for everyone that watches. We don't talk about dumb stuff, especially that stuff that's on the 6 o'clock news. The second rule that we have on our YouTube channel is a slogan, show us the poop. Hey, show us the poop, which I've designed as a slogan to be like a fake protest on all of your part, all you viewers, that you're mad that you don't get to see the poop. Now sometimes we do see poop, the random poop that floats around in the universe. So specifically the kind of poop I'm talking about is my dog pooping. That's his private business, so we keep it that way. If I do accidentally catch it on camera, I always edit that out. You will not find any of the poop happening on our YouTube channel. Good, eh? So you get to enjoy everything about the dog walk with us, except for that. You don't have to worry about it. We do that all behind the scenes. That's when Quigley's in hair and makeup. And he needs his private time. He needs to rehearse his lines. That was just a little slight dilly-dally through a fairy garden while I reiterated all that again like I do every single recording. Yeah, so sometimes I'm a jibber and talk too much during the recordings, and every now and again I just don't feel like doing that very much. So it's a lucky dip when it comes to all of the recordings that we've made. But yep, that's the other main fact. If you look in our channel, you'll see that we've recorded hundreds of dog walks, and one day it will be thousands. So I guess depending on how far away you are in the future when you get to see this, it could be up to the thousands. That is my commitment to the cause. I started out thinking that I was going to try and make this into a daily vlog kind of thing. But I have over time worked out that that's not really possible for me. There's only my dreams and desires to do so in the future. So maybe one day. That's why in the description it says almost everyday dog walks, because I'd like to do that one day. But at the moment I can only have so much time and energy to spend producing this content for YouTube, so I'll do the best that I can. Outside of having a pretty hardcore cross-country driving job, it's actually not, honestly. The most hardcore drivers out there are hauling 10 times as much as me and working every lawful hour available to them. And then there's the ones who do even more than that. Wink, wink. No, I'm just a mediocre driver, really. I shouldn't talk myself up so much. But we also live in a house bus, me and the dog, and our family. And my dream is to get free of the slave for a wage driving job. Even though I like it, I'm quite addicted to it, really. Be free of it. Isn't that every YouTuber's dream? I want to make enough money off YouTube that I don't have to have a normal job. Hey, plenty of people have been so lucky. In the meantime, I get to at least just do what I do every day anyway, and that's walk my dog. So I thought, the easiest thing for me to vlog is to record my dog walks. Honestly, that's why I'm doing it. It's easy. I'm already taking my dog for his adventure walks anyway, with or without the camera. This is not a dog walk of discovery this time, because we've definitely been here before. And it's such a good place that's why we're back. So take that as another vote. I guess it's also helpful that it's quite easily accessible to us. So we spend most of our time in the lower end of the North Island of the country. The big dream is the South Island. I've lived in this country practically all my life, and I still haven't seen much of the South Island. How crazy is that? So we're just going to keep plugging away at this dream. The goal. We got started pretty young. A lot of people don't jump into the bus life until retirement age, in New Zealand anyway. We're going to sell the house or rent it out to the kids. Something like that. Jump in a bus and travel around the country full time. For several years, some people have been doing it. Every now and again I see people posting about giving it up. It's been a great many years on the road, folks, but we've decided to sell our house bus and get a house again. Oh, I've seen plenty of people like that. And they're all in their golden oldies, retirement age. Why am I rambling about house buses? Oh, that's right. Because we live in a house bus. If you haven't seen any of our other episodes, and you're just watching, this is the first one you've watched, I'll just tell you that we're not a bus life channel. I keep saying that. I live in a bus. And I was tempted to make a bus life channel, but I just wanted to do something real different. And so we have the dog walking recordings that I keep making. And the bus life is just glimpsed in the background from time to time. Or sometimes right in your face. There's been a couple of recordings I've put up where I wanted to show off a little bit of what it's like to drive the bus. You might find one of those episodes. Anyway, I feel like I've taken the advice of the king of podcasting himself, Joe Rogan. I don't ever expect to get as popular as him, and I'm doing something completely different, which is just walking and talking and walking the dog. But I bet if Joe Rogan did that, you guys would lap that shit up. Hey, he's always talking about his dog. Sometimes his dog has appeared on his show. Anyway, the reason I brought it up is because I've captured in my brain quotes from him where he's talking about how the first 2 years of his podcast, it didn't make any money at all. And then, and he talks about how he just started with what he had. So he's like, we just had a laptop, on the coffee table. Yeah. And so I'm pretty much, while recording this, at that stage in building the dream. Just working with what we've got. And it was funny too, because on the way here, I stopped and visited a friend who was loaning me some tools. And he had his other friends over visiting at the time. Kind of good timing. Just say hello, nice to meet you to a couple of new people. But anyway, they had these really flash motorbikes. And one of them had the Insta360 camera on his handlebars. And I refrained from asking any questions about it. I wanted to, and I almost did. But, give him a muddy puddle and he decides to be crazy. Quigley! Not only does he want to be playing in it, he wants to get as dirty as he possibly can. Chuck you in the river later, wash you off. But anyway, that's on my list. I want the Insta360 camera. I'd figure out a way to make more than one work for me. Connections. I was thinking about this stuff, that's on my shopping list. I'm going to get one of those. Eventually, maybe I'll be able to afford it myself. I'm saving up for all sorts of things at the moment. I've got a project vehicle I'm trying to fix up. That's like a pipe dream. I don't have any money to throw at that, but I have been putting a little bit of money into it lately. Naughty. my electric bike that's been in the workshop. You know, if you want to have a look at future episodes, you'll see it, because my intention is to get on that bicycle. We could bring it here. This is actually not a bad cycling trail. Speak of the devil. Hi. It's more of a city street bike though, I have to say. So I guess whenever you see it on the channel, it's going to be mostly out of its element when I bring it on trails like this. But we'll find some tarmac ones, except it's obviously Quigley's YouTube channel. So I want to find ways to record, because I want him to be the footage, you know. That's the whole point of wearing the camera and not pointing it at myself. That was a huge leap for me to go, you know what, I'm not keen on sticking my face in a camera every day, but I do want to do a daily vlog. So I felt so good, all of these hundreds of recordings I've made so far, about not having to worry about the camera looking at me. It's so good. It freed me to create this channel. Not that I'm afraid to be on camera. In fact, I do that oftentimes as a performing artist in my other life. And there's lots of different little things that I've done over the years. On camera, trained actor, performing artist. I even trained to be a clown. It's great. So I wanted to do something that is outside of my wheelhouse, or isn't so much of a, look at me, I'm on the TV screen kind of thing. So this is it. I'm still on your TV. It's still my stupid voice you're listening to. Oh. I guess I'm trying to be a little bit somewhat anonymous, or that, like, it doesn't matter who I am. That's why I gave myself a nickname. Mr. Free is my nickname on this YouTube channel. I'm even thinking that one day we could make an offshoot channel called Mr. Free Unleashed. Hey, I like the idea of doing that. It's pretty much the same thing, but without the dog. What do you guys think of that? Let me know in the comments. Oh, connections. We just got subscribed to by a really cool YouTube channel based here in New Zealand too, called Real New Zealand Adventures. Hey, and they're obviously capitalising on putting the name of our country in the name of the title of their YouTube channel. I mean, that's that's like right on the nose right there. But cool, like, I celebrate their success. I haven't even watched any of their content. All I do is look at their channel and see that they've made lots of content. And they have about 16,000 subscribers. If I remember, it could be 60,000. I remembered the number wrong. I don't know. It's just definitely impressive to see a New Zealand YouTube channel performing pretty good. Hey, not bad. Thousands and thousands of views. Oh, we're getting approached by another dog. I'm going to reel my dog in for extra control. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. That dog looks pretty peaceful and chill. Hey, good. Hello.
Hey.
He's just mad he doesn't get to say hello. It's almost the definition of do not disturb, eh? Just the dogs so desperately would like to sniff each other's butts, but the humans won't let them. Get out of that mud! Alright, I need to drink some water before I blather on some more. Just check if this lady's got a dog or not. Nothing up here, so. Quigley! Yeah! How do I? Sit! You know what? Good boy. He's behaving well for treats that he's not going to get. Good boy. He's a good boy. I might see if I do have any treats. Hello. I don't. What a tease. I'm meaning to replenish my treat supply for some time now. Hey. So anyway, I'm happy to verbally, in this episode, put in a plug for you all to have a look at the Real New Zealand Adventures YouTube channel. Mostly because I sort of hope for them to tautoko our channel and for us to tautoko theirs. I know that they're not a dog walking channel like this, but I feel like the vibe's the same. Like, see the real New Zealand, experience it in the real. I'm sure they put a lot more effort into their production than I do. I'm going for that whole raw and unedited vibe, and what happens and you get to see everything documentary style. I'm not really that keen on hamming it up or being hyper realistic with the presentation. So if you want a real New Zealand adventure, hey, my channel is where it's at. Everyday, ordinary dog walking. Except they do make a bit of an effort to go to cool places to record, get away from the streets, the busy hustle and bustle of the city. Beach walks and bush walks are our MO most of the time. And there's plenty of excellent places all over this country to show you. I guess our recordings could come with a spoiler alert. Don't watch if you want to come to New Zealand, because you see far too much of it on our channel. You might get bored. And no, obviously there's nothing compared to the reality of actually being here, but we're happy to share with you our experience of our adventures in these lands, you know, in case you can only ever dream of coming here and never get to visit, because for most of you that is the truth. What are we at, about 8 billion people on the planet? New Zealand only gets like 5 or 10 million visitors from outside of the state per year. Meanwhile, tens of thousands of New Zealanders seem to be always leaving. And there's just as many New Zealanders outside of the state as there are inside of the state, which is quite an interesting fact. We're a very small nation. There are large cities around the world, bigger than the population of our entire state. Yeah, it's quite a little tiny place, and because there's billions of humans on the planet, it's a for sure certainty that most of you won't come here. Oh, look, a bridge. Oh, the bridge, that's the bridge. We saw it last time we were here too. I'm sort of tempted to see what's up this trail before we leave the area. And this time I've decided, I don't know if you've watched the previous time we visited here, but across that bridge, and then the way back is along a road, and I'm not really keen on doing that again. So this time, instead of doing the loop, of which part of it is a road, I think we'll just go back the way we came. When it's time to turn around. What time are we at? Almost time to turn around. 25 minutes in the can already. I feel like that time has just flown by. I've talked about all sorts of stuff. Mostly about my hopes and dreams for the YouTube channel, I hope. Because that's like been totally on my mind. I want more platforms for sponsorship ready to go for when people start supporting the channel. I definitely want to make an OnlyFans one, and I want my slogan for that to be, how about you go ahead and support something wholesome on OnlyFans, just as a parody or a bit of a joke. And I don't even care if people don't use OnlyFans, just in sponsorship. Another thing that I did today was determine that I would like to sell merchandise, even though nobody's even supporting the channel yet. Maybe people only want to buy some merchandise and that's it, instead of sending one-off donations for nothing back in return. So I started setting that up this morning actually. So that might be a thing by the time you're watching, dear viewer. If you could buy some merch off us, that would be good. It's all for the hope and the dream of being able to spend more time and energy on the YouTube channel. Quigley, yeah. Hey, mate. Yeah. You get out of that. No, leave it. He's got such muddy feet now. Yeah, that's right. Wipe your feet off in the grass, in the long, dewy, wet grass. Howdy, mate. Yeah. Tell you what. Yeah. Let's go. I think "Let's Go" is one of the lines, one of my very short lines in a really cool movie that I made once. And so every time I say it, I feel like I'm hearing myself say that again. And it was the last word that any of the audience has heard, because it was like my voice saying "Let's go," and then the end of the movie. Like the end of the movie was the beginning of something. It never became something. It was kind of like a pilot episode of some, I don't know, superhero type characters, super surreal, and then, but nothing like stupid or comical. Well, it was pretty comical, but you know, not magic superpowers, but brilliance and brains, MacGyver type superpowers. That's the best way I can explain it. That movie was really cool. And yeah, you know how it works. You band together as a merry crew and you create a pilot episode, and then you try to get funding in order to get everybody paid to come back and hang around for 5 times as long to make 5 times as much content and sell it. Like a web episode drama type thing. Bright shiny light in the distance, that probably means a cyclist is coming. Quigley, howdy mate. I said howdy mate. Oh boy, tell you what. Oh, it's that same little party of people we saw before. Alright. 25-minute sledge track loop. I actually don't know these tracks. It's like undiscovered trails compared to last time we visited. Very cool. If you'd like us to come back and explore the several track options, let us know. All I know is that when we're going this way, we're heading the direction that I feel like we should be going now, which is returning to where we started from. Hopefully, we'll get there. I forgot what I was talking about. We got kind of interrupted there. I do lose the plot. I hate it when my brain says, Marlon, you wanted to talk about that thing. And I'm like, what thing? That thing you were going to talk about. I don't remember the thing. It's that whole right brain, left brain, you are too kind of self-consciousness that I'm going through right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's going to be good. I need to stop concentrating on what we don't have and think more about what I believe we will have in the future, which is, like I was talking about before, Insta360. I think I can make you some pretty good content with one of those cameras. Even just upgrading from using my phone to make the recordings will be good. Like Joe Rogan says, he just started with what he had, laptop on the coffee table, right? So that's what this is, or comparable to. Definitely want a few action cams. I want to attach some to the bike when we start riding. I'm quite interested in creating virtual reality content, so I think that that might be a good idea. I'm kind of curious about making virtual reality content with, I imagine you have to use 2 Insta360 cameras for that. One camera for each eyeball of the viewer. That's pretty much what I imagine there anyway. Quigley's in a mad hurry, look at him. I let him loose, he just goes. He wishes we could go faster. Considering the content that I'm imagining making in the future, I sort of imagine that these first few 100 recordings that I'm making with just my phone will be like going back to our roots and watching the old stuff one day. Mainly I just hope for sponsorship because we're living in a cost of living crisis post the pandemic economy and the recession. Everything's pretty, I shouldn't be talking about it because of the, never mind the 6 o'clock news rule, you know what I mean, like, and I'm slaving for a wage, but the value of the wage keeps going down. We're pretty much struggling, you know, like, I guess we could try and cut back on expenses, but we've already really done that by living the bus life and not having to afford the energy and the cost of a house, of an actual house. I think Quigley would love to go across the bridge again. I'm not going that way. No, this way. Quigley! He's being an absolute lunatic right now. Yeah! Oh, look, how did he do that? Oh, he ran around it, didn't he? Oh, so stupid. You got it tangled down there. Look at his face. Quigley. You're stuck. You tied it up there. Yeah, you big grin. You big grin on your face like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can only make it worse, Quigley. Obviously I have to come down there. Oh. No, if you move, it makes it more difficult, Quigley. You just stand still, will you? This way. This way. I don't need this. Oh no, come on. An absolute waste of my time all of that was. I'm getting a bit cross about it, sorry folks. I guess I kind of feel like, in a weird way, I expect creating the content for YouTube to be like buying a lottery ticket, and then one day maybe YouTube will share us with millions of you, and then some of you might send us some money to say thanks for all of this amazing content that we're creating. That's all. That's it. I'm going to let Quigley jump in this water so that he gets a bit of a rinse on his muddy paws. And then you know what? It would be probably a good idea to go via the roadway so I can reduce the risk of him getting in the mud. Hopefully this doesn't turn into an emergency situation. Just trying to encourage him to be a bit more brave, but also I wouldn't want him to get swept away. I'm going to log a rest break here anyway, folks. It doesn't matter to you because as soon as I push this button, bing, just like that, the time travelling has occurred. We've got to have our rest break and be boring, and hit the private, I guess, if we're off the record. Not waste your time with it. Oh, I'm a bit dizzy. I was squatted there the whole time we were on rest. I kind of like to match cut with the pause in the recording when I can. Thanks, Quigley, for this slight dilly-dally off of the trail. Oh, there's dust all over the screen on the recording device, and it makes me wonder if there's any on the camera itself. Like I really should, because I've got a bit of a ritual when I prepare. I really should add to the ritual cleaning the camera every time just before we shoot. Honestly, that's what any good photographer must check. And sometimes I've been guilty of not paying enough attention and ending up with less than nominal footage especially when the sun gets involved. Oh, this is the dilly, like we actually have reached a dead end here. But cool, park bench rating, we'll give it a level 3. It's a 3 park bench. Quigley, yeah. Up. That's good. I'll let him roll when I can see that the grass looks free of risk, but every now and again he rolls on a poop. He quite likes bird poops. And I swear he must roll in it, so he's like, I love the smell of this poop, I'm taking it with me. I'm going to wear it on my fur coat. Hey Quigs. So the park bench rating scale, because as you just witnessed, we rated that park bench. And in case you haven't heard this before, we've got some guidelines for the park bench ratings. Just that instead of scoring things out of 10, we decided to score out of 8. Even though the theory is that level 7 and 8 park benches don't exist. They'd have to be magical, covered in jewels or made out of gold. You know, absolute, like, so 7 and 8 don't really exist. We'll never find them. Level 4 is average. 5 and 6 obviously. Nice park benches. 6 is like the best we expect to ever find. And levels 1 to 3 are various levels of terrible. They're not very good park benches. I must admit though that the location of park benches does have some effect on their rating, like we appreciate them where they are. So yeah, sometimes that has an influence on my decision. I'm lost now. I'm sure we're not supposed to go this way. Oh, there's a sign. Come, Luke. That way. Okay. Oh. Come on then. So we were never supposed to go this way. Quigley again wants to go over the bridge. Yeah. No. Oh, we went the wrong way before. What's our recording time code up to? Oh yeah, so I keep the recordings down to an hour. Got another quarter hour left, folks. Oh, that might be a level 2 park bench. It's definitely a 3, if not to be so low. They get covered in green and slime from sitting in the shade and not getting enough sun. I forgot to say where the dust came from. That's all over the phone. It's actually because this long line was covered in the dried mud dust of another dog walk that we recorded, and so it literally time travelled and didn't get used from that point until starting this recording, and when I pulled it out of its storage location, all the dust just went flying as I was messing around with untangling it from itself. It's good that in some ways taking it for another adventure walk is a little bit cleansing for it. It's been dragged through a bit of water and some puddles now, got a bit of a rinse, and it's attracting itself some all new dirt from this trail. So the challenge is going to be to try to keep Quigley from messing with the muddy spots on the way back past. I feel confident now that we've found the trail that we walked to get here, heading back the way we came. Yeah, so the prospect of cycling is really good for this location. It was really awesome, actually. I got to see, it's been a bit of slow progress, and I've been distracted too, that the specialist guy who is in charge of repowering my electric bike with another motor, and he apologised that it was taking so long to rebuild, and I was like, don't worry about it, I've been away distracted myself. It hasn't been, like the delay doesn't bother me, because I wouldn't be able to ride the bike, wouldn't really have much opportunities to ride on it anyway. And then he tried to hurry me up about Quigley. He tried to hurry me up and tell me he could try and get it rebuilt in a day. But otherwise he was going to go away himself for a bit of a holiday. And I was like, sweet as, mate, go on your holiday. So it's a bit of a slow progress, but cool. At the end of the day, I want him to not rush it when it's time to get it done. So that's good. I think he was talking about making some slight modifications to my bike in order to accommodate the new drive axle that's going into it. And actually the modifications are about the braking system, right? Making sure the braking system will align with the new arrangement. Everything else is tickety-boo. And next on the list is to upgrade the battery, but I've only been able to afford the motor replacement at this point in time, so just more reasons to say thank you for supporting the channel, because those are our needs, specifically geared at producing content, the future content that I want this channel to hold. Yeah. Oh, another doggo. Quigley. Yeah, tell you what. Hi. Hello. Yeah, he looks friendly.
He is, yeah.
Is his name Whiskey?
Yeah.
That's why it says it on there.
Yeah.
Ka pai. What a cool name, actually. Never met a dog called Whiskey before.
Well, his other was a chocolate Milo or something, and husband goes, no, whiskey.
Whiskey. Yeah, that's what colour he is.
Something different. Hello.
My dog's name is Quigley.
Quigley.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll meet another dog with that name. The kids chose his name from a fantasy book.
Oh, cute. Yeah.
Hi, Whiskey. Hello. Come on.
Too much fur.
Oh, we live in a world of white fur.
Yeah.
At least it's easy to find.
Yeah. That's why I put floorboard instead of carpet. So it's much easier.
Oh, yeah. Hey, do you have a robot vacuum?
No.
I often wonder how many people have robot vacuums.
I know, yeah. As long as he's had a wash and a good brush, he's okay.
Aye.
Yeah. Hey, Whiskey.
My dog got a bit dirty jumping in the mud.
Oh. Yeah.
I want to wash him off at the stream at the entrance, if I can.
Yeah. There's a nice, when you walk along just before the other bridge, there's a little, like a water thing running through there. That's quite nice there
Aye.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I know that place.
Yeah.
We've been there a few times.
Yeah.
The ducks don't like it when we visit because they're all hanging out there, and then when we turn up,
Yeah.
ducks are like, damn it, let's go.
Yeah.
Comes another family with a doggo.
Okay. Do walk?
Yes, you too. Thanks for the chat. Hey. Good. Hey, quick. Oh, thanks for watching if you've made it this far in this episode. You might not even be watching it all. It could be just on in the background, and that's just fine by me. We visited an Airbnb recently, and because no one was using the TV for anything else, I just loaded up our YouTube channel and played back the playlist full of all of our dog walks on shuffle for hours and hours, just to get the view measures up. Fake some of the analytics. Well, you know, contribute some watch time hours. It reminds me that I really would like it if people would, even with the sound off, put our Do Not Disturb dog walk playlist on their TVs in the cafe or the doctor's waiting room. Up to you whether to put the subtitles on or not, whether it's important for people to be able to read what I have to say, but I believe in the accessibility of that. Pretty appreciative of getting translated into all sorts of languages too. That's really neat. Yeah, so wherever you are in the world, especially if you're in a in a really far away, awesome place that I wouldn't expect anyone to be. I think we've been contacted from people in Norway and stuff like that, you know, like, it's so awesome. And if you happen to read the translation in your own language, let us know what language that is. That'd be cool to know. But anyway, subtitles. I'm thinking all about subtitles. Duh. It's just in my dream that people would like to put all these recordings onto their random TV that they could put anything on, you know, like those mindless TVs that are all over the place. So if any of you out there would like to do that, if you're in a position to do so, I'd love to hear from you. Let us know. Show us a picture of how a dog walks on the TV in your fish and chip shop TV screen while people are waiting for their their takeaway order, you know, your pizza shop, your kebab shop, your doctor's waiting rooms. That's kind of, honestly, I would really love it the more that our content ends up on those kinds of TVs just for people to mindlessly watch. I'd be really happy, honestly. And so I've actually been physically in person going around and talking some people into it in real life, and walking into their shop and saying, hey, what do you put on that TV over there? Anything you like? Yeah, just music videos and dumb stuff like that. Hey. Hello.
Hi.
No dog today.
Yeah. The dog is really similar to him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Good boy.
Oh, you're excitable. What excitable.
Good boy.
He wants to play. Hey, or she?
He's a he.
He wants to play.
His name's Quigley.
Quigley. What a neat name.
Hey dog.
What a neat name.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Quigley. Which way are you going?
I want to give him I've given him a Māori name, but mostly because Quigley sounds like quickly.
Yeah.
My dog. They're similar.
Oh yeah. Two patches, one on each eye.
Yeah.
Quigley sounds like quickly,
If you don't
so
know properly,
I decided his Māori name is Kia Tere.
Kātere.
Yeah,
What does that mean? Is that quickly?
that means hurry up, you
Oh,
know.
yeah. Yeah, dog.
Is he a family dog or is he on a job at the moment?
Oh, he is a family dog. He's actually pretty sheltered. He lives in a house bus with me,
Oh, nice.
and we travel around as much as we can, and
Awesome.
so he doesn't really have his own backyard.
Yeah.
The world is his backyard.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Well, it is for an animal, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's for him.
So that I make extra effort to always take him out on adventurous places like this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I get that. I had I still got her, but my cat, I was told that because she's pure white and she's got blue eyes, so she's deaf. Even though not all white cats are deaf. But,
Yeah.
She is, I mean. And they advised me to keep her in the house because one, she can't hear and she could, you know, a dog or run over by a car or that. But the main one was about the sun, how they could get sun cancer quickly.
Oh.
So being pure white, so I kept her inside for about.
You can't really put sunscreen on your cat, eh?
No, you can't. On about 8 years maybe, or maybe a bit less, say 7 years. And then a friend let my cat out by accident, and I thought, oh, she's gone. She came back, and all that time while she was inside, I was feeling really bad that I couldn't let her go outside. I was like guilty as.
Yeah.
And I had these ideas what I was going to do for her, but I never did them. But when my friend let her out, I thought, right, she's gone. And then 4 hours later, because it was getting into the darkness, she came back home. And I thought, right, okay.
Well, you proved yourself now.
Yeah, how to get back home because she's never been anywhere else but my section. Because she chased another cat off, and she followed that cat. So I thought, oh, she's gone. But she came back, and I thought, right, everything's opened up now. She doesn't go far, but she, you know, she has the freedom to go out if she wishes to. So I feel a lot happier with that.
I've got a friend who carries her cat around in a backpack. And it's a perfectly made backpack for a pet to go in because it's got a clear panel, so, and like it's got breathability, but the dog's safe in there, the cat's safe in there.
Yeah.
Sorry, my brain always thinks dog,
Yeah.
even when I'm talking about a cat. Eh?
Is it him playing or is he a bit skittery?
Oh, he's fine. I don't think he's stressed. He's got a happy waggy tail, and
Yeah, I'm just wondering because he seems to kind of go away very quickly.
mm,
And sometimes that to me is like a dog that's a bit weary.
it's like mixed bag, like his reaction to people, because sometimes he'll let people cuddle him and he'll lick their faces.
It's what mood he's in.
Yeah.
I'd say
He's been real crazy today, jumping in the mud over here. When we walked past here before, he was like running up and down this trench, getting mud all over him. I'm planning to wash him in the stream at the entrance before we get in the car again.
I'd say he's just playful at this stage.
Yeah.
Hey? No?
I can't give you any treats. Sometimes in this situation, I'll give you a treat so that you can get him over to you. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy.
Yeah, that's what I find interesting.
It is interesting.
Nice think, mate.
That's what I was thinking.
He never barks at people, but we went to the Wellington Pride Parade, and one particular person came up to cuddle him, and he got like he was frightened, and he started barking at the person.
Yeah.
And me and the other person just laughed. I said, "Oh, there must be something special about you." He never barks at people. That's the only time it's ever happened.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a certain sense that they have that sets them off a bit. You're a beautiful dog. How old is he?
His birthday, I forget his age, but I always, like my own birthday, I remember what year I was born. He was born in 2021.
Oh, okay. Oh, 4 years old.
I think he's a July dog.
Okay.
July 2021. So,
There's 5.
and then I find it difficult to do the math. What day is it today? It is 2025, so he must be almost 4. Oh, a running family with their dog. That's a big doodle dog. I bet Quigley would love to go for a run like that. If only I was cut out for running.
Bit too sudden, buddy. Just a little bit too sudden.
So I'm planning on doing some cycle riding with him. I've done it a couple of times, and he seems to be a bit of a natural with the running beside the bike.
Oh, okay.
I used to take my dog on a skateboard.
Oh yeah, I'd like to try that too. I used to do mountain boarding when I was about 18, with the big rubber wheels.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind getting an electric one of those too. That's actually a good idea. But we're starting with the bike because I've already got a bike.
When I took him Jack with a bike, it'd be all good when we're going straight, but then you decide to go up a driveway or whatever.
Oh, well, that actually happened the first time me and him went riding. He ran across the front of the bike, and I only had the front brake available to my hands because my other hand had the lead in it, and so I just locked up the front brake and dropped the bike on the ground and dismounted.
Oh, you managed to save yourself.
Well, it could have gone either way. Like I just got lucky. I'm got some finesse there, or I'm good on my feet. But yeah, just suddenly he cut me off, and then I had to drop the bike.
Yeah.
I bet some choice words came out.
Nah. I was just like, oh, it's all fine. Yeah. It wasn't my bike too, because I rented it. So I thought, I hope I don't get in trouble if I break it. But at least I wouldn't be breaking my own bike, because then you're definitely in trouble. You got to pay to fix it, fix it yourself.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice.
Carry on. Good to meet you, and Quigley.
What breed is he?
I don't really know. He was a rescue dog, but we like to think he's got some staffy in him. He's pretty staffy in his behaviour. Whippet, you reckon?
Possibly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people breed whippets with staffies for pig dogs.
Oh, okay.
You know, so there's a lot of them around. Possibly. I'm not saying he is, but yeah. He's about the same build as my dog.
Yeah.
It was Staffy Whippet.
Okay.
Your dog was a bit more broader though, wasn't
He was a bit broader.
Yeah.
One day we might answer this and get DNA testing, but we have to get rich for that
Yeah.
because it costs money.
Even for humans, it costs a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mind
So
you, I
it's hard
don't.
to say that because my older brother, he got a what he thought was a Labrador family dog in that, and they did like the DNA test, and it came back as 80% American pit bull.
Oh, sure.
Oh wow.
It looked like a Labrador, you know. So,
I'm glad there weren't too many surprises with my own DNA test. I found out that I'm definitely very Māori,
Yeah.
so I'm happy about that.
Would you be disappointed?
Oh, it just confirmed what I always wanted to believe. So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what-
No, I totally understand that.
and then the other side of my family confirmed up to be mostly of Irish.
Oh.
So I'm proud about that because Ireland's great. I like that country.
Well, both of mine were English and they were Geordies, so I knew pretty much where I came from.
and then the Scottish.
Sure. And you're born in New Zealand?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Me too. I was born in Auckland. Quigley don't know where he was born, but it must have been around here because it was the local SPCA that hooked us up with him
Oh, yeah.
after he was abandoned
Yeah.
with his siblings. When we fostered him, we fostered his little sister, well, his sister as well.
Yeah.
But we couldn't keep both of them. I kind of really wanted to, and maybe we should have, but no, we shouldn't have. That's right. The advice was you shouldn't really keep siblings together.
Because the mating or what?
I don't remember the reason, but probably. But
Oh, you would have had them spayed and neutered, I suppose.
yeah, that's right. But even socially, there's something that it's better for them not to
Oh.
grow up together.
Oh, that's interesting.
Maybe some people like growing them up together for the. I don't even know what I'm talking about, you know. But
That's okay.
the consequence could be they might be more rowdy or fight amongst themselves, or
Yeah.
maybe they make a much better team at attacking other animals or something.
Yeah,
Who knows?
Possibly, yeah.
Oh, there's dogs everywhere. This is such a good one.
So we get a fright with them.
Hi. Quigley. He gets mad at me because I won't let him. It's nothing to do with your dog. Hey, Quigley. He's like, no, let me sniff it.
Oh, well, we better let you go.
Yeah,
He's
cool.
dying for his walk, I think.
Yeah, he'll be like that.
We're about done anyway. We're going home now. Thank you. Enjoy your walk.
Bye.
See ya. Quigley. Do you know, I think we've gone overtime on the recording. Yes, we have. I generally plan to make these recordings 1 hour in length. But because, right towards what would have been the end, we ended up wrapped up in an awesome friendly conversation with some of the locals. And so, I'm hesitant to try and edit this down to make it shorter, to conform to only the rules that I created. Like, what does it matter? But yeah, I try to keep them under an hour most of the time, and so you'll see most of our recordings are, and some of them are short, but it'll go for a minimum of 30 minutes. Hey. Oh, another doggo. Quigley. 2 doggos. Hi. He's a little cutie. Oh, is he? Oh, is he?
Oh, he's still kind of a puppy, so he thinks we can play him.
Ka pai. Thanks for stopping to say hello. Let's go. Cool. Oh, guess I could finish by talking about the Encounters playlist. Yeah, if you jump in our channel, there's a special playlist for excerpts that I've cut down into little mini bite-sized consumable recordings for you to view, and that playlist, as the name sort of suggests, it's just full of moments like that where we have had excellent encounters with other people and their dogs. Sometimes just other people, because I don't, it's not all about the dogs. Sometimes it's about the people. Because I don't have dogs, just like the Walkies with Friends playlist, which I promise you, I one day dream of populating with much more recordings in there. The Do Not Disturb dog walks when we get friends to come walking with us. I've even got, microphones that we can wear so that we can make sure to capture good audio of our guests on the channel. But that being said, I haven't really made that much effort to involve other people. But anyway, at the time when I was contemplating this, I thought, oh well, I thought about making it mandatory that when people come on the channel, they have to bring their own dog, or someone else's dog. But and then I thought, nah, there's no point making it mandatory to bring another dog, like a doggy play date recording. So yeah, it's open to people coming along with just me and Quigley to come for a walk with us and talk about life and the world and enjoying the place that we're at and all of that. And the same rules will apply. Never mind the 6 o'clock news. Okay, we won't be allowed to talk about that. That's something I'm planning to obligate all my future guests on the recordings to observe. You can talk about anything, but if you talk about anything that's on the 6 o'clock news, we've got to shut it down and change the subject. Let's not talk about that. Mostly the ethos there is to get people talking about anything but that, you know. Tell me about you. Tell me about things going on in your community. That's my attitude. And I'm not really into fielding future guests on the channel for their opinions about certain things. Oh, hello! He's like the dog. Aye. Couple eight. Oh, the waft of the perfume off of those people. Well, I'm thinking that this recording's gone way over time. I don't know at this point whether I'll try and cut it down to an hour by editing out some of the superfluous parts of the recording. I feel like that's a little bit dishonest. It breaks the rules in my head anyway. So anyway, you'll know from looking at how long this is whether I've done that or not. Quigley's gone around the dark side of a tree. Oh, dick. Quigley! I'm just snorting at my own self for getting mad about that. My own ineptitude to catch the long line in time. I don't know where you think you're going, mate. You're stuck with me, mate. Oh, what a good walk. Lots of friendly faces on the trail. I feel like my mouth just totally messed that up. Lots of friendly faces on the trail. It's a great place to walk your dog. The cycling, I imagine, is a bit dangerous in these bits here, especially with the slippery, muddy path. I've decided since we've gone over time that I might as well just keep recording until we get back to where we started. That'll give me a sense of wholesome completion. And, you know, I really don't think... I'm still debating it in my mind, but you'll already know from checking the time code on this recording whether I bothered to edit any out or not. I'm sort of leaning towards not, mostly because it's extra work that I have to do. Maybe I can just live with this recording being over an hour. Yeah. Extra special long episode. Sorry folks. If you've gotten bored of this location, you can always just go and click on another one. We have hundreds of hours of dog walks on our YouTube channel. Whoa. Oh. I think this is where we go down. Back to the beginning, where we started. Pretty much. That's where we started, down there where those people are. Good. I think I'll call it a day here then, eh? and I'll stop and have a rest by the creek side, wash my dog, although he doesn't actually look that filthy anymore. Yeah. And so at this point, I'm just going to let you know, I'm very grateful that you have watched all the way to the end, or at least you've let the TV play it back to the end. And I'm just announcing that this is the end of this episode, but it doesn't have to be the end for you if you haven't had enough of these amazing dog walks. Well, then obviously you can just click on another one and have at it some more. So yeah, I hope you do. Please do. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you, so I'm going to say thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.